Welcome to the Invite Health podcast, where our degreed healthcare professionals are excited to offer you the most important health and wellness information you need to make informed choices about your health. You can learn more about the products discussed in each of these episodes and all that Invite Health has to offer at www.invitehealth.com/podcast. First-time customers can use promo code podcast at checkout for an additional 15% off your first purchase. Let's get started.
Today I'm going to discuss berries and vision and eye health. Now, berries are loaded with these beautiful pigments. They're polyphenols called anthocyanins. They're found in fruits. They're reddish, bluish, purplish, blackish. So bilberry has been shown to be helpful for vision and eye health. It's also called Vaccinia myrtillus. It's a relative of blueberry and huckleberry. Now it has purple anthocyanins. It also has tannins. It's loaded with these. Much higher concentrations than you get in the American blueberry. They're good for blood vessel wall integrity, the integrity of the cells of the blood vessel walls, and also healthy circulation and vision health. Now, a second berry that's been shown to be useful for vision is called black currant berry. It's also known as cassis berry. It's loaded with anthocyanins, possibly the highest concentration in any known edible fruit. The anthocyanins in cassis berry are very dark purple. They're almost blackish. These two berries, the anthocyanins in them, these bluish, purplish, blackish pigments, enhance the recovery of rhodopsin in your eye. That's called visual purple. The eye uses visual purple for fine vision, but also for vision in low light. So what happens in the daytime when you're on Facebook or your computer, etc., you use up your rhodopsin and it's harder to see at night. So these pigments in these berries help restore the rhodopsin, which is good for eye fatigue, and also possibly enhancing a better ability to see at night. It's not like it's going to give you some kind of superpower, but it'll help restore your vision to normal at nighttime in low light situations. So hi, my name is Jerry Hickey. I'm a nutritional pharmacist, and welcome to our episode, The Best Berries for Your Vision. So overall with bilberry and cassis berry, they found that it's not proven that they help you see better in low light conditions, but they do help you with asthenopia. Asthenopia is when you have eye strain. For instance, when you're doing editorial work on your computer and your eyes are just stinging and they're tired and you're starting to see blurry. So the research shows, especially with bilberry, it helps eye strain in people who stare at computer screens for all day. That's called, by the way, computer vision. Vision problems in diabetic patients, diabetic retinopathy. When you have bilberry anthocyanides, they improve retinal problems associated with diabetes. They may help with glaucoma. Research shows that if you have a good amount of these anthocyanins and you take them twice a day, they improve your vision in people with glaucoma. So what's glaucoma? Well, it's usually caused by too much pressure in the eye. There's too much fluid buildup in the eye, and it's compressing the back of the eye. So there's too much eye pressure, and it compresses the back of the eye, and it's starting to damage your retina, and it can definitely damage your vision. And regardless if these berries help you with your glaucoma or not, it's really important to stay on your glaucoma eye drops. Now, they use powerful drugs for eye drops in glaucoma, but their activity is mostly restricted to your eyeball, so you don't really get side effects in other parts of the body. But if you don't use your eye drops, you literally could go blind. You could definitely lose vision, so it's important. But add the bilberries, add the cassis berries. Vision problems in people with high blood pressure. That's hypertensive retinopathy. A severe high blood pressure that's not treated puts so much pressure on the back of the eye it could damage your vision. And nearsightedness, which is called myopia. And nearsightedness, it's hard to see things further away. And it seems that when you have bilberry especially, it improves the ability to focus on the objects that are further away and see them more clearly. So let's look at some of the research. This is a study on bilberry in people with dry eye disease. Now, in dry eye disease, the eye gets inflamed. It's uncomfortable. It's hard to see. It's hard to focus on things. Your eyes are exhausted. You could have grittiness and stinging. blurred vision. So there's a report, a study in the European Review for Medical and Pharmacological Sciences. When they gave the people with dry eye disease or dry eye syndrome the bilberry, they gave it in two versions, two fashions. One was just anthocyanidins on their own, super concentrated, and the other was the anthocyanidins in the complete bilberry, because bilberry has other things that are good for the eye. It has tannins and vitamins, etc. And they found that giving the actual bilberry rather than the concentrate of just the anthocyanidins was better. And what it did, it was restoring tear formation to dry eye, which relieves all the symptoms. So it's a good study. The tear secretion significantly improved, so the symptoms significantly improved, and this was in just a 4-week time period. Now, the following study is a cellular study. It's in Japan, and they had eyeball cells from donated eye tissue. It's in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry. And they exposed the eye tissue to ultraviolet light, and it was destroying the eye tissue, of course. It was damaging the genes, and it was causing free radicals that were inflaming the eye tissue. But if they treated the eye tissue with bilberry and a second berry called lingonberry, it allowed the cells to survive. So that's more kind of like a mechanistic study. But that is evidence that bilberry definitely works. So here's a study of people with ocular hypertension. That's the major cause of glaucoma. Glaucoma is when there's something crushing the retina of the eye, damaging the retina of the eye. And the usual cause is too much pressure, too much fluid buildup in the eye. And ocular hypertension is the most common cause. In ocular hypertension, there's too much pressure in the eye, but it hasn't damaged the retina yet. So it's an early stage. So they gave them a combination of pine bark extract and bilberry, and it really lowered the pressure in the eyeball. And it really improved their eye health. So this is a very important study. It's published in the journal Clinical Ophthalmology. It's the University of Chieti Pescara in Italy. By the way, they've studied a number of our supplements in that particular university in Italy. So they found that the berries lowered eye pressure, and an eye drop called latanoprost lowered eye pressure. And if they mixed the two together, it lowered eye pressure basically back to normal, which is a fantastic finding. It's a fantastic finding because this would prevent people from developing glaucoma. It was 80 people with ocular hypertension. They didn't have the vision loss yet, so like I said, that's an early stage. They gave them the supplements, the berries, or they gave them the eye drop, or they used both, and when they used both, there was a significant drop in eye pressure. It's in the journal Clinical Ophthalmology. It went back to normal, basically. Now, here's black currant, which is also called cassis berry. It's from New Zealand. Black currants grow in parts of Ireland, parts of Scotland, northern France, and New Zealand. So, in this study, it's from the University of Auckland. That's over in New Zealand. They found that giving athletes black currants before they performed, before they exercised, before they competed, improved their physical performance, and the improvement was up with other ergogenic aids. Now, so why would that be good? Well, because it was improving blood flow. It was helping support circulatory health, and that's one of the reasons why the black currant is good for your vision. So this study is a 2-year-long placebo-controlled human clinical trial. It's randomized, so it's a state-of-the-art gold standard study in the journal Ophthalmologica. It's the Department of Ophthalmology at Sapporo Medical University School of Medicine. That's in Japan. And it's people with glaucoma. People with glaucoma, their vision is deteriorating because the pressure in the eye is crunching the retina, and it could be very severe. So they gave these people either a black currant, the anthocyanins from black currant, mixed together. It's the complete fruit, but it's in a capsule. Or they gave them placebo over a 2-year period, and they found that just giving black currant was preventing degeneration of vision, deterioration of eye tissue. So it's a very important study. It shows you how important these products can be for eye health. So here's eye allergies. This is Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry. It's a journal. It's the Department of Otolaryngology, Kyoto Second Red Cross Hospital in Kyoto, Japan. And they're looking at people with cedar pollen allergies. There's a lot of cedar trees in Japan, and allergies to cedar pollen are very common. And believe it or not, most allergies to pollen actually come through the eye. You're not actually inhaling the pollen through your nose or mouth. You're actually absorbing it through your eyeball, and that's where a lot of the symptoms come from. So people with pollen allergies, they were given either a placebo capsule or the black currant capsule, the black currant fruit capsule, which, like I said, is called cassis berry, and it really helped. They found that it really helped with sneezing, itchy nose, itchy eyes, watery eyes. You know, it's interesting. If you want to treat an allergy and you want to use something from the medical world, don't get an antihistamine. Instead, get an eye drop for allergies, and you'll do better because you won't get the negative effects of the antihistamines on your brain, because antihistamines can mess with your memory. So here's a study from Canterbury Geriatric Medical Research Trust. This is in Christchurch, New Zealand. And they gave older people, these people are in their 80s, they gave them a combination of pine bark extract, black currant extract, and L-theanine. L-theanine is an amino acid that comes from the green tea plant that's very soothing, with a little bit of vitamin C, or they gave them placebo. Now, these are 80-year-old patients. And after 6 months, they observed a true improvement in distant vision. I mean, that's rather amazing. That's rather amazing. So, to be honest with you, from the get-go, I've included berries in any of my vision formulas. For instance, we make a Macula HX and a Macula Advanced HX. And I include in the Macula, my original formula, bilberry. And then later on, when the research came out on the cassis berry, I added that in the Macula Advanced HX. But they really do have value for retinal health and vision health. Like if you have trouble seeing distance, or you have blurry vision, or tired eyes, or you have dry eye syndrome, or you have computer vision where your eyes are exhausted, these berries really do enhance the health of the eyes. And even just eating these berries is good for the eyes. You can eat blueberries. They have some of these pigments in them, but not as much as bilberry or cassis berry. They're loaded with these ingredients. That's why we obtain our cassis berry from New Zealand and our bilberry from France. So they are healthy. I recommend consuming them somehow. Thank you for tuning into the Invite Health Podcast. You can find all of our episodes for free wherever you listen to podcasts, or by visiting invitehealth.com/podcast. Please subscribe. Please leave me a review. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Invite Health. And I hope to see you the next time on another episode of the Invite Health Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.